Macadamia feltococcid, like the macadamia tree itself, is native to Australia, and it was first introduced to Hawaii in 2005. It covers at this point every productive area of this island, and this island makes up about 95% or more of the statewide production of macadamia. This is a pest that our growers are going to have to deal with. It's very difficult to scout for because it's so small, and usually our growers don't notice it until they have a pretty severe infestation where they start seeing branch dieback. So they'll see browning of the leaves, and usually at that point they actually have a pretty severe infestation. The Macadamia feltococcid typically first colonizes the main trunk or main branches of the tree, but because of the size of the scale insect, it's very hard for growers to visually see it. Usually they'll start noticing it when they see the dieback and they go to that tree to investigate why it's dying. And then they'll also at that point may notice the scale actually reaching onto the leaves and onto the husks of the macadamia. And at that point the color contrast is much brighter and they're able to see the scales. In Hawaii, a lot of our orchards were planted on tight spacing, and so they're typically overcrowded and the canopies are overlapping. And this we've found to actually facilitate the life cycles of the Macadamia feltococcid. The one project that we've been looking at is the use of pruning in canopy structure to open up the canopies of our macadamia orchards to help with both controlling the Macadamia feltococcid as well as providing environments and habitats for beneficial insects. And we found that by pruning, we can not only reduce the Macadamia feltococcid, but we also see an increase in predation and parasitism of naturally occurring beneficial insects in the orchards. So by pruning, and such as you can see behind me, we can open up that canopy and reduce the populations. So this is a good example of an orchard that in other areas around us is overcrowded and overgrown. And this is a good example of how our growers have been implementing the pruning practices to help with their management of this pest. Because Macadamia feltococcid is a new management need for growers, it adds a lot of costs. In Hawaii, our biggest costs are labor, water, land, and inputs because of our physical location and isolation from other main areas in the United States and around the world. Any type of an added cost to the system is going to be detrimental to the grower.